Yo, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we're going to be ranking the best attainable point guards in the game here on this tier list, continuing the attainable card lists into tier lists after I started top 10s last week. Feel like this can be a really, hopefully pretty useful list of cards that can really help people out in terms of building really good squads without having to buy the most expensive cards. And obviously these lists are basically non-100 overall lists, non-invincible lists. Couple of the 100 overalls are affordable enough to where they could probably be included on this list as well, but I don't have them on here for the sake of consistency, I guess, and just basically just doing a dark matter, pink diamond or dark matter, well, a couple diamonds mixed in here and there, point guard list basically of the best, more valid, more attainable guys in the game. So before we hop into it, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 40,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day, multiple videos a day. Would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. Without further ado, let's hop right into it. We'll start off with Gary Payton, who is probably B tier at this point. 6'4" is just not what I would consider truly elite size at this point in the year, but I do think he's a really good card, and I do think he's got a lot of value. So big Gary Payton guy, but he's just undersized. He doesn't have great movement. Jumper's nice, defensively he's a stud, but I think B tier is probably right for him. Lou Dort, maybe A tier actually. I'll go A tier for Gary. I think you got to remember this list is not going to be as loaded as a best point guards tier list would be, because we don't have those expensive top tier guys right here. So Lou Dort, B tier, 6'4", great defender, kind of like Gary Payton, decent jumper. Again, a little bit limited movement wise. He is a good card though, and I do think he's got some value. By the way, I'm realizing right now that I forgot to put Jason Kidd on this list, so I'm going to throw J Kidd on this one real quickly as well. So make sure we do this, because I do want him to be on this list because he's a very good card. So we'll throw him up in there at the end of the list, and we'll get to him at the end. So Zach LaVine, B tier. Defensively, he's not special. He also doesn't have great movement. His jumper's nice. He's a great slasher. He gets nice animations around the rim, but I don't think for his value that he's all that special. I'm actually going to go C tier. I just don't think he's that great defensively or offensively. I don't love that card. Sasa Vujacic is okay. He's got a good jumper. He's a solid card. He's not special though. He's 6'7". He's got a nice jump shot, which is nice. He's not extremely elite defensively or anything, but good card nonetheless. I think he's a solid option in the C tier. LaMelo, I'm also going C tier for LaMelo. I don't love that card either, to be honest. I don't love his jumper. It's kind of a low release point. I don't love his player build. I don't think defensively he plays that elite. I think he's fine, but I don't think he's special. Like, Nickeil Alexander-Walker is low-key better than all of these cards, at least arguably. I think this Nickeil Alexander-Walker card is kind of a dog. Brand new pink diamond. He's 6'5", 6'9" wingspan. I mean, he's got decent size. He's 94 speed, 95 perimeter, 95 steal, 93 ball, 85 driving dunk, good defensive badges, good jump shot, good offensively. I mean, normal fade, Kemba escape. Doesn't have the best dribble style out there for Fox dribble style, but I actually like this card a lot. I think he's well-rounded. I think he provides a little more than these guys do in the C tier, to be totally honest. Dominique. Is Dominique an S tier attainable point guard? I think that the answer to that question is probably yes. Towards the back of S tier probably, but I would put him up there. 6'8", nice jump shot, good defensively, a great slasher, pretty okay movement. He's a solid card, and I personally would have no issues at all having him ranked as somewhere around the 4th or 5th best attainable point guard. I'm not totally sure where he'd rank right now. I haven't thought about it too much, but he's a good card. Caruso's a great slasher. He's good defensively. He's another one of those guys that I would definitely consider a really solid, really well-rounded option, who definitely does a lot of things good. So for me, there's no flaws really significantly to that card, and I think I got no. I mean, besides his lack of elite jump shot, I guess, but he's solid. You know what I mean? He's a B tier, maybe even A tier type guy. I think Caruso's probably the best card in B tier right now. Russell Westbrook, D tier. I just don't like his jumper very much, to be totally honest, and he's undersized. He doesn't have great movement. Not my favorite card personally. Dyson Daniels, same thing, B tier. I think Caruso is probably a little better than Dyson, but they're very similar cards. Both of them are good defenders, solid slashers. Dyson's got a better jumper, probably slightly than Caruso, but Caruso's going to do a little more off the dribble. I think they both provide a lot of value, and I think they're both really solid budget cards. Tyrese Halliburton, similarly to Russ. Don't like the jump shot at all. Don't love the movement. I don't think he's special either. I think he's D tier. I do actually think Denny Avdija, excuse me, is an actual S tier point guard option on this list. He's really, really good. 2K really souped up that Deni Avdija card with a great jumper, good defense, good slashing animations. He's a really nice card, and he's also got great size at 6'9". Big fan of Deni Avdija. John Wall, is he? I think he gets out of the D tier at least. I'll give him that because I think his jumper's pretty nice. I think he's a great slasher. He's got Garland dribble style. He is not a perfect card by any means, but I think C tier is fair enough. He's not a bad option. Jeremy Lin. I like Jeremy Lin. I like his jumper. I think Curry Escape's nice. And I think he's a pretty good slasher. I don't like love the card. He's not dominant defensively. He doesn't have elite size or anything. I still think I'd take the budget 3 and D type guys in the B tier over Jeremy Lin probably, but it is kind of close. Like I think you could make an argument for him as a B tier guy. Ty Jerome truly just needed a jumper to be an elite level card, but he doesn't have a great jumper. It's the honest truth. He's fine defensively, not special, but offensively his movement is elite. If he had a really good jumper, being fine defensively would be enough to put him as an S tier guy. But I'm going to be totally honest, the jumper's not there, and I almost don't even want to put him B tier. I think I have to go C because the jumper is just not good enough. Chris Paul, too undersized. I'm sorry, just not good enough there either. Dante Exum, good budget point guard, but not quite dominant enough defensively. Doesn't quite have enough movement either for me to probably put him higher than C tier. Castle's going to go, I think Castle's going to go S tier. 6'7", good defenders, Pro 2 fade. Jumper's okay, but he's got pretty good movement. And like I said, he's got Pro 2 fade. The upper's good, so it's pretty easy to green. He's a solid card, and I don't have any problems with him, I don't think, in the S tier. Justice Winslow, I wish his jumper was a little better. I really liked this card as a salary cap option when he first came out. I still think he's pretty good in salary cap. I wouldn't use him beyond salary cap, though, to be honest, because I don't think the jumper's quite good enough, and I don't think the movement really is either. Ricochet, people are telling me his jumper's uncontestable, which if that's the case, that certainly helps his value significantly. I haven't really used him enough to notice that, but in the gameplay I did with him, I didn't think he was special. That is what I will say. Now, that does not mean he sucks by any means, and I could very easily be wrong. But I didn't love him movement wise when I used him. I didn't think the jumper was all that great, although if it is very hard to contest, that certainly helps its value, even if it's not that fast. I still think I'm going to go A tier for him for right now. I feel like that's the right spot for him. KPJ just doesn't have enough defense, to be honest. I mean, he's just not that well rounded defensively at all. Offensively, he's a really nice card, but defensively, I don't think he's great at all. Drew Holiday, very similar to Caruso and Dyson Daniels. Very similar type of card. Not quite as good of a slasher as they are, but a little bit more of a shot maker than any of them are, in my opinion. He is a very solid budget point guard. Definitely a good card. Damian Lillard, another guy who's going to not provide quite enough on the defensive end of the court or size-wise to be a high-level point guard. I think he's also got to go down in that D tier. Anthony Black, one of the better pink diamond point guards in my team. Probably on that Dyson Daniels level. He's very good defensively. Nice fade. Good, well, solid jump shot, and great size at 6'7" as well. Really solid card there. Tyler Hero, wasn't particularly impressed by the card. I think he's good enough to go C tier though. I mean, he is 6'5". He's got decent stats and badges all the way around. His jumper's pretty nice. His fade isn't great, but he's a decent card. I think C tier is fair for Tyler Hero. I liked Bogut. I think his size at 7 foot is really valuable, even if he doesn't have amazing animations or anything. I actually think he's a really nice card because I think there are very few cards that really can provide what he can provide on the defensive end of the court because of his size and his switchability. It really does provide a lot of value for what otherwise you would think wouldn't be that great of a card, but that size, it's hard to argue it, to be honest. John Morant's yet another D tier guy. Just don't love him, to be honest. I mean, his animations are not that great. I like his jumper, but movement wise, not a card that I'm a huge fan of, and I don't believe personally that defensively he is going to hold it down too high at too high of a level despite good stats and badges, mainly because again he is pretty undersized. Anthony Morrow has a really nice jumper, but that's about all he's got. Doesn't have great movement or great defense. I think he's D tier as well. Manu Ginobili, I am going to give an S tier spot to. One of my favorite PGs on this list for sure. Definitely think he's a really good card with great movement, great defense. Super solid option there. Delano Banton is going to be the highest rated of the diamonds as a B tier card. He's 6'8" with a very nice jump shot. If this card is badged defensively, he is truly very good. Big fan of Delano Banton. Draymond Green, I'm going low A tier. I feel like that's a little generous because the jumper can be a little hit or miss with Draymond, but he is stat and badge wise amazing, and he is a very good defensive card. I think low A is fair enough. Derek White, fine opal, nothing special. C tier, good defender, a little bit undersized. Good jump shot though. Solid card, like not bad. Luka, also A tier, doesn't have enough movement to be S tier, but he does have a great jump shot, very nice size, good defender, solid card, very similar to his 100 overall. I think he's A tier. AJ Johnson, I haven't really used, so I'm gonna put him D tier, but I haven't used his jump shot, so I'll be totally honest with that one. I'm not as confident with his placement as I am with some of these other cards on this list. Josh Giddey's gonna be another S tier card. In fact, he might be the best card of all these guys in the S tier at 6'8" with a really nice jump shot and good movement as well. Versatile defender. He's super duper solid. Honestly, J Kidd is also S tier. Despite being only 6'4", he's got an awesome jump shot. He's a very capable slasher and a high level defender as well. He's a super duper solid card in his own right. And looking at this list, I think this is how I'm going to leave it. I could probably move a couple guys up and move the list up a little bit to make it a little less bottom heavy, a little more top heavy, but I think I'm okay with leaving it as it is right now. This is just my opinion again, so let me know what y'all disagree with in the comment section down below, but I hope y'all did enjoy the video, and I hope that it is helpful. If you did enjoy, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace!